Irish, what's up? Irish is a moderator. After my experience last weekend, my stream is 100% moderators. Only those that I know, only those that I trust. So Irish, congratulations, you are a moderator. Not that we really need them. It's just kind of like my test. It's my test. And by the way, I think I have the flu. I hope it's just a virus. But I really, really feel like hell. In fact, I hate to say this on the internet. I left work sick earlier today and puked in my car on the highway driving home. Yeah, no, I don't see the doctor unless I absolutely have to, because they're going to try to give me some kind of fucking flu shot, which I'm certainly not taking, because that's way worse long term. I'm running a fever. I've got, you know, the chills, all that stuff. I'm not really that, I'm a little congested. I'm not really that congested, so that's good. No, Irish, we'll see, and I appreciate the concern. We'll see. If it ends up being more than a 24-hour thing, of course I'll go to the doctor. Yeah, Recon, I either have a virus or the flu. Puking all day. Headache. Maybe I just need some weed. But yeah, if this lasts more than 24 hours, I will go to the doctor. Begrudgingly, I will go to the doctor. Yeah, or maybe just some more orange juice. Maybe less wine, maybe more orange juice. This damn power cable. Hold on a second. Alright, we shall try. Why do I get a brand new iPhone 8? Why do I get a brand new iPhone 8 a month ago and the car charger that it came with didn't work after like 2 days? So then I bought one from 7-Eleven because I'm like, fuck it, I need one. That thing lasted 2 days. And now hopefully my new one works. I just got it in, so we're charging, so that's good. Nice car. Oh, you should see the rest of it. It's a dirty as fuck Toyota Corolla, but thank you very much. You know what's nice about my car? There's one thing nice about my car. Here's the nicest thing about my vehicle. Aside from the fact that I'm very comfortable with it, and you guys obviously being my car studio, is it's paid off. I paid it off. I made my payments on time, and then when I got to like 2,800 bucks left over, I'm not rich, but I had enough in the bank, and I said, you know what? Pay this fucker down to zero. No more car payments, and then I got my title in the mail. I own this thing. That's what makes it a nice car. I have the title to it, no longer the bank. Yep. Recon knows. And yeah, I run the shit out of this thing, Irish. It doesn't give me any problems, knock on wood. Yep, well, I wasn't paying interest to begin with. I struck a good loan. My credit is not so good now because of other issues, because of a former roommate. But, so I fell behind in some bills. I'm catching up on that. But back then, when I bought the car, brand new in 2013, I struck a deal where I had no interest payments. So that's a good thing. Yep, I didn't pay a cent of interest on this vehicle. And if I start puking on camera, I apologize. I'll either just rapidly end the video, and that means I've opened up my door and I'm puking out the side. But I feel pretty okay right now. It's coming in waves. It's like waves. And not to be gross, what's worse than the vomiting, because I'm like, I drink a lot, so I'm kind of used to vomiting occasionally. But the constant, I'm sorry to anyone else. I'm sorry to anyone else. But the constant diarrhea is the worst about this whole thing. It's like, because what happens when you have friggin' the D and you're on the toilet all day, you know, you constantly drink water and then you're dehydrated again. So you have to constantly drink more water. Sucks. Sucks. Yeah, I either have a one-day stomach bug or I have the flu. It's one of the two. Was it the Reaper sauce? No, this is a virus. Reaper sauce would never make me sick. Ever. I have an iron stomach when it comes to food. Unless it's tainted food, which this might be as well, but I've had food poisoning many times. This does not feel like food poisoning. So anyway, I don't want to think about it anymore. Yeah, I don't feel so good. I'll just get through it. I wanted to do a live stream because there's so much happening on, you know, Fox News, and I'm not trying to act like some, you know, hero fag or some kind of weird stuff, but my thought was, you know what? What better time to go live than right after Shepard Smith is on, so I can give you guys something to do on the internet and to chat and share your thoughts rather than watching Shepard fucking Smith. Yeah, I'm just going to do my usual thing. To be honest with you, I'll probably have a little wine. In fact, I have my wines. Believe it or not, even when I'm sick, it actually helps. I'll probably do some lemon cayenne ice water later on, and then a little bit of marijuana. And then just see how I feel in the morning. And maybe if I can get something down, I'll just make some, like, ramen noodles or some shit. Nice and easy. I know it has a lot of MSG and all that kind of stuff, but what's up, all my wrenches? How are you? We got Heather joining us for the conversation. All right, so I've been saying this for the past few days. I really want to turn this channel into something that is actually more than just, you know, everyone, you know, being like, hey, what up? Which is awesome when a stream first starts, obviously. But more than just watching my face talk. So I want to ask questions and then get you guys responses. I have changed my mind over the last 2.5 days or so about Pizzagate. I thought it was going to be buried. I thought it wouldn't come out. And yet, at least on the internet, it's not going away. Corporate media won't touch it. Corporate media never will touch it. Do you guys think Pizzagate will break mainstream? That's part one of the question. Part two of the question would be, if it breaks mainstream, do you think we will see the likes of Hillary Clinton and John Podesta actually prosecuted and go to jail? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Berries, hey, what's up, Last Scout? Berries sounds really good. Maybe I'll get some, whatever's in season, some blackberries or something. Yeah, J-Dog, that's your consistent answer. I'm not trying to pressure anyone into answering the way I want you to. I want your opinions. So no one okay, so then what the fuck is America at this point? Is my question. What the hell is America at this point? What is this stuff? What's going on here, folks? And I know all about Illuminati. I know all about 9/11. I know all about Sandy Hook. In fact, I actually am so arrogant as to call myself an expert on it, which I am. 17 years worth of research into both subjects. Why do they, what's going on in America? I thought America was meant to be, we have an elected government that is not autonomous of the people of the United States. And when crimes are committed, charges are brought, and you're judged by a jury of peers. And then, you know, if exonerated, then you walk away. And if not exonerated, then a sentence is handed down. Now, I'm being a little bit facetious right here because I know the entire justice system has been rigged for a very long time. I know the banking system and educational systems have been rigged for a very long time. So I'm being facetious because I'm asking you guys questions of which I already know the answers to. I just want to see where everyone's heads are at. That's all I'm doing right now. Yes, they're well insulated by design. That's a very articulate comment, Heather. Mainstream media is corrupt. Correct, J-Dog. Good day, all. What's up, Kanga? Kanga's back. Here's my question that I just keep asking, because I think it's the most, like, sort of stark example of what's going on here. Hey, Jeff Sessions. Hey, Mr. Little Attorney General with your fucking Yoda ears. Why do you disagree with me being able to smoke a joint on my couch in my own property, quietly bothering nobody, and my worst offense is going to be ordering too many chicken fingers in fucking lo mein, which on a very, very, by the end of the day, very, very empty stomach because I have a virus, which hopefully goes away and hopefully it's not the flu. Hey, Jeff Sessions, how come I can't sit on my couch and smoke a frickin' joint and order too much Chinese food is my biggest crime, but John Podesta and Hillary Clinton can rape kids all day? What's going on here, folks? Something doesn't seem very right to me. It just doesn't seem like things add up. Blackie's in the house somewhere. Oh, it's Alec. Yo, Alec, what up? Soros, Rothschild's lawyers them up to get the hilt and not even mention Oh Gay Boy. Yeah, Oh Gay Boy, who a lot of people think was born in Kenya. I disagree with that. I think he was born in a fucking test tube. And I have circumstantial evidence to back up that claim. Yes, Alec is Blackie. Blackie got in YouTube jail for 90 days for doing nothing wrong. So, Alec is Blackie. Yes, I'm drinking my mini wines with something like a stomach virus or the flu. Believe it or not, it actually makes me feel a little bit better. Call me an alcoholic, call me whatever you want. It actually makes me feel a little bit better. What's up, Mr. M? Mr. M is in the house. Mr. M recently became Mr. Mod. Maybe that's what Mr. M stands for. All right, so Heather's picking up my vibe that I really want to get down to issues. Then why are we giving Sessions that power? We need to make our government pass the law at the Fed level for legal weed. I know, it's absolutely ridiculous. I know why Trump picked him. He was Trump's first pick because conversely, Sessions was Trump's first major endorsement from the United States Senate. And Trump is a big believer in loyalty because he comes from the world of business. So I get that. But Sessions is a bad pick. Why? I just keep saying this analogy over and over again, Mr. Jeff Sessions. Why can I not smoke a joint on my couch, be quiet, not bother anybody, and my biggest crime is ordering too much, you know, chicken and broccoli Chinese style, and, you know, maybe eat too much of that. I'm not allowed to do that, and yet John Podesta and Hillary Clinton can rape kids all day. What the hell is this, folks? This is not right. This is not the America that I know. Isn't it one of the 10 commandments, do unto others as you would have done unto yourself? right? I don't care if somebody else smokes weed, as long as you don't get blasted on a big blunt of pot and go, you know, stoned driving and fucking hurt somebody or yourself. Alec. I'm getting used to Alec. I like Alec Whittier. It sounds... I almost want to call you Alec Whittier, like in some strange accent or something. We have in our presence the Honorable Alec Whittier. Okay, thank you, Reptilian. I'm not right on everything. But it's like, if I smoke a plant that grows out of the ground in the privacy of my own home, leave me alone, Jeff Sessions. Leave me alone. I'm not a pothead. I don't go to work stoned. I don't friggin', you know, drive stoned. I don't do any stuff like that. I just like to, it helps me relax. And yet, I'm not allowed to do that in order, I keep making the same joke and changing the food. And yet, I can't smoke a joint on my couch and order a meatball and mozzarella calzone with extra marinara, because that's like a crime. But John Podesta and Hillary Clinton can rape kids all day. What is this, folks? What the hell is this crap? It's very wrong to me. It's just like, it's like morally wrong. Like, it hurts me right here. And I don't like it. And I'm in a bad mood because I'm sick. Got some kind of stomach virus. Hopefully not the flu. Hopefully I wake up tomorrow and I'm like, yay! Hopefully it's not the friggin' flu. But anyway. Who here knows about the Jesuits, the Society of Jesus? Press 1. And if you don't know, press 2, and I'll just help educate you. Hold on a second here. It's called money, JB. If you're rich, you can do as you please here. Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. We're not supposed to live in a top-down society. All right? We're supposed to have a duly elected government, not an all-seeing eye at the top of the pyramid. We're supposed to have a duly elected government who swear an allegiance to the Constitution of the United States to do the will of the people, not to run pedophile schemes and arrest people for smoking a plant that makes them feel better. That's not okay. That's not a good system. America is fucked up right now. And Trump made a bad pick with Sessions. Trump made a bad pick with Sessions. Define pothead. I guess I shouldn't have even said that, last Scout, because there are people who are way more angelic than me that would consider me a pothead. But if I had to give an example, I would say a pothead is someone who is constantly smoking marijuana first thing in the morning, on the way to work, during their lunch break at work, sneaking out to smoke weed at work, smoking weed after work, smoking weed on the way home from work, smoking weed on the couch at home when they get home from work, making dinner while smoking weed, and then smoking a big blunt at the end of the night. I guess that's what I would consider to be a pothead. I like 2 hits of weed a day. Okay? Recon-Fi, correct. Remember, Sessions was in office during Obama's corruption and turned a blind eye. Well, he didn't have jurisdiction over the president because he was just, you know, that senator from the South. Alex says I was a pothead. What, by my definition? Constantly smoking morning, noon, night? I can't do it. You know, personally. Fighting Irish says sober for 20 years, but I don't judge people for what they believe or do. Thank you, Irish. Congratulations, and also thank you. Nothing wrong with a little weed here or there, in my opinion, at least for myself. Some people can't take it. Yeah, no, Recon, he has no excuse. I mean, I'll just tell you, I don't want to make these opinions. Now I'm actually starting to feel better. That's good. No more waves of nausea. That's a good thing. All right. So anyway, I want to address what maybe it's some reverse thing with my mini wines. Again, who gets a stomach virus or possibly the flu? But I don't have any congestion, so I don't think it's the flu. It's just stomach and intestines, big problems. Big problems all day. But I'm having some sips of these mini wines. I'm actually feeling better. Does that make me an alcoholic? What the fuck? It's actually making me feel a little bit better. It's like settling my stomach. Anyway, that was a great comment back there. Sessions turn a blind eye. Absolutely correct. My sister is a pothead and smokes joints like cigarettes. Yeah, I couldn't do that. That's from Mr. M. Just personally, I couldn't do that. J-Dog is making excuses for me. J-Dog says, alcohol kills all germs, though, so it's not all bad. Well, maybe I should be chugging vodka then instead of these weak-ass little things. Maybe I should just go buy a bottle of Kettle One and face half of it. With no chaser on camera. If that kills all the viruses in my system, fine. I'm down with that. Yes, wake and bake. Alec, I've only wake and baked 3 times in my life. And since they're so rare, I remember each circumstance. Number 1 was before, and I've told you guys about this, was before I opened for the band Finger 11 in front of a crowd of 5,000. I was so and I was living in the dorm rooms at that time. I was so freaking nervous. I was like, you know what? And this was so the show was, so I went to school in Salem, Massachusetts. Blackie knows where all this stuff is. So North Shore, north of Boston. But the show was in Connecticut. And I forget the name of the venue. But, was it the Hartshorn House? What the hell was it? I'll have to text one of my former bandmates. They'll let me know. But anyway, I was so nervous in my stomach and I was freaking out that I was going from 200-person audience, 300, 500, right away because we got the gig opening up for Finger 11, you know, in Webster Hall. That's what it was called. Webster Theater, not Webster Hall. Webster Theater in Connecticut, Massachusetts, in Hartford, Connecticut. And I was so nervous that morning that I actually smoked in the morning just so I could be like, because you know when you get stoned, at least you know what your baseline is. It's like, okay, I'm high. And then you can kind of like manage your emotions a little bit because at least you know you're just stoned. So that was my excuse. The second time I ever smoked pot in the morning was before a date that I had with a girl named Nicole. We were going out to brunch, and she was a big pothead, and I went to her place. I didn't have a car at the time. I went to her place first, and I said, hey, we're going to this joint. It was actually the place up in Somerville, that other cable car diner. Blackie would know. I forget what that place is called. I haven't been there in years. So we were going there, and she was smoking in the morning. She was someone capable of smoking in the morning. And she's like, do you want some? And I'm like, I really can't handle smoking in the morning, babe. I'd rather kind of, you know, and she was like, well, that's fine, but it's here. And then I felt like I'm being a little bit of pussy and not participating in the relationship. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Give me a hit. So I took one hit. And honestly, I forget the last time I smoked in the morning. But, yeah. Yo, what up, Henry? Henry Rifles in the house. Trump just approved a second special. All right, so this is more important than my my ranting. Last Scout Radio is reporting Trump just approved a second special counsel. Now, is this like a reverse second counsel to investigate the investigators? because the first line of investigators was absolute bullshit? Yeah, Heather, the only thing worse than peer pressure is girlfriend pressure. That's the only thing worse. Or not worse, I should say more effective. More effective. But it's like I already liked weed anyway, so it wasn't really twisting my arm too much, but it was just one of the very rare times that I smoked marijuana in the morning. And you know what this chick's favorite drink was, believe it or not? Vodka and Diet Coke. Ugh. Can you believe that? Vodka and Diet Coke. Ugh. Yeah, I know. I never understood it. I took a sip and I was like, that's disgusting. She's like, well, I like it. She was a recovering anorexic, so she had kind of her ways. Like, vodka's very clean in terms of a booze. And Diet Coke, you know, the word diet there makes you think it's okay, even though it's just, you know, aspartame. No, that's what's so surprising, Reptilian. I hope she never watches this video. We're still friends. But I didn't say her name. Or even the timestamp of the date that we, you know, the length or whatever when we dated. So no one knows, so I'm not giving anyone away. But yeah, vodka and Coke. That was her favorite alcoholic drink. Vodka and Diet Coke. Ugh. Disgusting. Yeah, vodka and Fresca would work. Hell yeah. I think I've made vodka and Fresca. I've made vodka and Sprite. Sprite's almost like Fresca. Last Scout Radio is answering my question that I asked on his opinion. And his answer is, this is from Last Scout. As I understand, to look into the entire election and investigation of Russia collusion. So to me, that sounds like a counter-investigation. To me, that sounds like a counter-investigation, which is good. Which is good. Zygomagicus, what up? All right, so Last Scout is giving us, you know, more important than me talking, just randomly ranting about my past. This is what I want this chat to be. I want us to spread basically breaking news. So let's see what Last Scout Radio has said. He already said this, but I'm going to read it again. So the second, quote-unquote, Russia investigation, Last Scout Radio reports, as I understand, to look into the entire election and investigation of Russia collusion. Good. Sounds like a counter-investigation. We need this. Yeah, vodka and pig's blood for all Muslims. That's their version of a Bloody Mary. This is funny. A lot of points are coming together. I never had Pernod or Pernod or however, Pernod, says Mr. M. Vodka with Pernod and a splash of lemonade. It's like cough mixture. Lovely. The only other time I had Pernod was because the very same girl that I was just talking about that I was dating at the time, I took her to Harvard Square and she bought us a bottle of Pernod and it was very nice. It was very nice. Good stuff. Confirmed by Jerome Corsi. Jerome Corsi is about 98% accurate, folks. I've been following him for a long time, so this thing is happening. Sandra, good to see you as well. I've been puking all day. I have a virus. Or hopefully not the flu. So I feel a little bit better now. I'm just drinking my stupid mini wine on an empty stomach, and people are like, you know, maybe thinking in their brains, why is JB drinking his mini wines when he was puking all day. Well, honestly, after I had my first couple sips, it made my stomach feel a little bit better. I still haven't eaten anything, but it's just gotta, I think it's just a virus. It's just gotta pass. Because I don't feel any worse now than I did earlier. So at least that means it's not like progressing or whatever. I don't know what Zofran is. But who will be on his second investigation? Or will we end up investigating the investigators of the investigation? Who the fuck knows? All we can deal with is what gets brought out into the public streams. And what isn't brought out by the public streams are things that I will bring out because I will find the details. One way or another, I will find the details. No, all I did all day, Sandra, was drink water. I'm not going to dehydrate. All I did was drink water. Yeah, and my mini wines have water in it too. And it's making me feel better. That's why I asked. I asked in the public. I mean, I'm live on YouTube. I shouldn't even be saying this. But luckily, I have a very boxed-in, captive audience. You know, I took a couple sips of mini wine, and honestly, it made me feel a little bit better. And then I started asking myself, I'm like, does that mean that, like, I'm an alcoholic? That, like, booze can make me feel better? I don't know. I don't think so. I hope not. Yo, Irish, peace out. Be safe. We'll talk soon, okay? Yeah, QAnon is amazing. You put Corsi and QAnon together. I haven't found that. Yo, Mr. M, if you could post a link to what you spend time listening to with that, that would be great. I'd love to bookmark that and get involved. Yeah, Irish is peacing out. Later, homie. Thank you for coming by. Short notice, no advertising. JB, how long did you go with no alcohol? Well, this is kind of an awkward question to answer over the internet. I haven't been without at least one drink of some form, whether it's a beer or something like that, in, let me be honest here. So I'm 33. That should tell you something. I've had at least a drink a day since I've been age 19. Unless, I mean, I'm sure there were some days where some fucked up shit happened. Oh, it's reconnecting. What the hell? Hey, can you guys still hear what I'm saying? Or are they fucking with my stream again? Yes, I hear you. Okay, all right. So I'm just going to ignore the garbage. I've got the swirling thing, and it says reconnecting, but everyone can see me, so who gives a fuck? I think it's just my iPhone being retarded. Thank you, Alec. I mean, Blackie. Give me light, man. Here you go. Zygo. Okay, all right. So it's just a lag time buffering on my end. That's all it is. Alright, I gotta remember this. https://gcodefag.github.io. I'll do my best to remember that. I personally believe QAnon is legit, Heather, from my research. Yeah, YouTube message would be better. That would be cool, Mr. M. Thank you. Not trying to ask you guys to do extra work. It's just, I'm on an iPhone, so... It's just one of those things. Alright, so... Hold on a second here. Yo, what's up, Joy? Welcome in. Is FBI Anon and QAnon the same person then? I don't know. All I can say is I don't know. I just like their information. I like their drops. I like their intel leaks. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm not sophisticated enough to know how to answer that. I don't talk about things I'm not expert on, Heather. You guys know that. That would be very, very arrogant of me to come on a live stream, have you guys look at my real face, make real comments, and say things that I only know as half-truths or rumors or conjecture or any of this stuff. Can't do that because you end up summarily undermining your own credibility, one's own credibility. Thank you, Mr. M. Yeah, Zero Foxes, that's really shitty that you got banned from Gramps for making such a, such an honest, informationally based comment. Let me read that again. Can you talk about how Trey Gowdy is standing behind Andrew McCabe and Schiff? I got banned from Gramps for making a fact-based opinion on the matter. Yeah, that's totally unacceptable. Yeah, that's Zero Foxes. That's totally unacceptable. I'll talk to Gramps about that. And he'll fix it. He'll fix it. Because Gramps is the most... I mean, he's frankly like my inspiration kind of thing. Him and Jujubot. Oh, so J-Dog says, and he's correct, it is a new stream. So you might not be banned, it might just be, you know, you have to keep chatting there and then get the wrench back and da-da-da-da-da. Happened to me earlier this morning as well. Gramps had to pull all his shit down and then he put up new streams kind of thing. Nah, man, it's all good. It's not Gramps, just a few opinionated mods was all I know. I was banned. Having a beer banned me, lol. Again, no big deal. Need a good break. Well, you can talk to Having a Beer here. He's a very frequent guest. So you guys can work that out here. I made a vid for Juju on my channel. It's cool. So did I. I did an Incubus cover. In fact, I'll probably end this in 5 minutes, and I'll try to find a JujuBot stream. I miss that place. I haven't been there in like a month. Who has the link for the new Gramps feed? All you need to do, Blackie, is just restart your YouTube, go back in, and type in Gramps Fox, and you'll find it. He has two of them. One is One American News, one is Fox. They're back up, at least for me, as of 2 hours ago. They're back up. A Cobra, how you doing, my friend? All right, so this stream that I do is a only moderator stream because I can't trust anyone after what happened to me last weekend. So A Cobra is a moderator as of right now. Recon's hooking people up with links. Thank you, man. Mr. M is hooking people up with links. Thank you, man. Excellent. All right, so let's do 5 more minutes, and then I'll cut this one, and I'll see you guys probably over at Gramps or something. But yeah, it always sucks when big stream owners have to like restart their whole thing, and then all the moderators get deleted, and everyone's like, "Where the fuck is this?" You know, it's just a pain in the ass. But that's what we have to deal with. It's the cost of doing business. Yeah, I won't say anything bad about Sazzy D. All I will say is, you know, tread lightly. That's all I can say. Yeah, of course, A Cobra. I mean, I'm sure you're going to be a great mod, but I just have this system in my new room where I only allow people with blue wrenches to participate in my chat because I was taken by some random person on YouTube, had me taken to a mental evaluation at a hospital not this Saturday, but the previous Saturday, in a fucking ambulance with cops in my living room because I was just doing one of my rants. I said nothing bad, but they used it against me. And, yeah, so nobody is allowed here if they don't have a wrench. And the moderators were all instructed, number one, if you don't know their name from other chats or mine. Number two, if they don't have a blue wrench, instant ban. I don't care if they come in and say, I love corn on the cob. Ban them. And if there's a problem, I'll fix it later. It's my stream. But that's the rule. Yes, it was bad. It was extremely bad. And I'm like joking around with this nurse. I'm like, I'm totally fucking fine. Like, what the fuck? Go get me a beer. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? It was terrible. It was terrible. And there are actions being taken behind the scenes where that person is going to have their balls sued, or their cunt sued, or their taint sued, or whatever it is. There will be lawsuits filed because you can't do that to people. Can't do that to people. Can't do that. Not going to happen again. And hopefully I'm going to get one hell of a lot of money out of the damages accrued from that illegal activity perpetrated on me. One hell of a lot of money. Oh yeah, Henry. You believe you me. No problem there. My lawyer is on it. It's called internet harassment. You can't do that. Because the internet is an open community at this point. So let's say I didn't like my neighbor, and I hate to keep talking about this, but now my brain is obsessed with it, so I'm going to have to talk about it. So let's say my neighbor is a perfectly fine person, but I just don't like him, or her, or whatever, and they don't like me. And then I call the police, and I say, hey, I think my neighbor is, mentally unstable, and, there are some of us around us who, fear for our lives, making it all up, just totally making it all up. Unfortunately, in the society that we've currently, constituted, in the world that we live in, law enforcement actually has to go to that person's place, probably because of all the mass shootings and all this garbage, which are all false flags, most of them. But anyway, they are legally required to bring that person in for a mental health evaluation. But what does bring that person in? That means what happened to me, which is a knock on the door on a Saturday morning, 12 days ago. And I have 3 police, 2 firemen, and 3 police, 2 EMTs, and a fireman. Ambulance and 2 cop cars outside my door. Outside, parked. And they say, I answer the door. I'm like, hey, what's up? Is everything okay? I'm like, I just woke up. I'm like, I'm totally freaked out. I'm like, is everything all right? And they're like, yeah, we received an anonymous report from someone on the internet that said that someone on here threatened to, someone who lives here named Jason on the internet threatened to kill themselves. And I said, oh yeah, it's just, I like to make YouTube videos. And I said, if Hillary Clinton wins in 2020, I will fucking kill myself. Just in a paragraph of like a 2.5-hour video. And just by that little one comment that I made, they were able to forcibly, I left, obviously, very peacefully, get strapped to a friggin' gurney, taken to a hospital, full mental evaluation, clean bill of health. I have the papers right here. I have the papers right here. There is nothing wrong with Jason Beliveau. I have all the papers right here. Right here. And the mental health professional said, yeah, this has been happening a lot with internet harassment and this and that. I'm really sorry it happened to you. We're going to get you out of here as soon as possible. And I said, thank you very much. And I ended up being there for 5 hours, just most of the time spent waiting. My conversation with her lasted about 1.5 minutes. That really happened to me, folks. You got to be careful on the internet. Be careful with what you say. Because if people get your personal information, they can fuck you in ways that you would not believe. And that happened to me. And I have the documentation right here. Right here. Garbage. Can't do that, folks. Oh yeah. No, they're getting sued. I can't talk about it any more than that. And I won't even say who they are. Well, no, they didn't lie to the police. They just blew up a comment that I said. Out of a 2-hour and 19-minute YouTube video, I made a hyperbolic comment where I said, if out of all the things I say, you guys know that I have a lot of stuff to say. Mouth never stops moving. But out of a 2-hour and 19-minute video, I said, if Hillary Clinton wins in 2020, then I'm gonna fucking kill myself. And then I moved on to the next topic. Moved on to the next topic. And they took that little snippet and used it against me as a weapon to basically fuck up my life. It's not okay, folks. Can't do that. Can't do that. It's not right. If I made a 2-hour and 19 minute long video about how I plan to take my life, how I plan to harm myself, here are all the reasons why, and I'm going to do this imminently, then I would understand it. But I would never do that, because that's not where my mental space is. I'm like totally fine. I got life problems. Everyone has life problems, But I didn't do anything wrong. And yet they're just allowed, like the Gestapo, like German Nazi Gestapo. They basically broke down my door, went into my friggin' bedroom. This is not America, folks. This is Nazi Germany. That stuff cannot happen. And that behavior will not be tolerated. And I'm going to end it here. I can promise you that. It will not be tolerated. And they will suffer legal consequences because of it. Of course it was hyperbole. It was in the middle of a rant of a 2-hour and 19-minute, live stream that I did. I mean, how ridiculous is this, folks? And then all the neighbors are worried about me. My roommate's worried about me. I'm like, dude, look at the video. And the cops, I showed the cops the video. I go, look, this is what I said. And they go, yeah, well, someone reported sort of to do our jobs and to protect ourselves, we need to take you in for a medical evaluation. And they're in my fucking kitchen. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Horrible. Absolutely horrible day. I'm telling you, these mini wines are making me feel almost a little bit better. Yes, exactly, Recon 5. It's all right here. I got the yellows and I got the whites. I keep them close at hand. No problems. No known problems. Nothing. Nothing. I got them all right here, ready for my lawyer. That person is going to pay me one hell of a lot of money. That person is going to pay me one hell of a lot of money. I can tell you that. You know what I really think happened? Here's what I really think happened. I think because my entire YouTube channel is predicated upon the fact of me talking about very frequently things such as Sandy Hook, which did not happen, and 9/11, which did, but it's a lie. I think I'm exposing a little bit too much that the deep state would like me to, and I think they used a stinger on me, a stinger. They used any little thing to get me. They just wanted to get me. They wanted to send me a message. Well, guess what, Deep State? I'm not going to shut up. I have a pretty big audience at this point, Deep State. I did 0 advertising, went on 57 minutes ago, and I have 17 viewers around the country or around the world, and 11 likes. Who the hell would watch a live stream from someone who is, you know, crazy or whatever, would watch somebody do a live stream and have 17 people watching who I've never met in my entire life in person and have 13 likes and thumbs ups? Who would do that? No one. The answer is no one. You people are losers. You're just trying to silence us. You're trying to silence us. The deep state are just a bunch of old Rothschild, and I'm ripping off David Seaman right now, I guess, but he's right. I can't say it better than David Seaman. So anybody who doesn't know David Seaman, David, write it down, S-E-A-M-A-N, David Seaman. Watch his live streams. He's big into crypto and marijuana freedom and stuff like that. But he's also a really, really brilliant mind. Former Huffington Post turned independent journalist. He's great. He's awesome. Show your docs the live stream. I will. I will. Absolutely, I will. In fact, maybe I'll go live and have all of you guys come in, you know? I'm not required. I don't have any statutes that say that I have to go back to the doctor because they didn't find anything. There was no problem. I was harassed by someone on the internet. And just for anybody who is relatively new, hi there, that's my neighbor. Just for anybody who's relatively new, you know, this person literally was able to find my personal information over the internet and say, I think this person is going to hurt himself, and I'm worried about him. No, they were not worried about me. What they wanted to do was fuck up my life. And that, and the Quincy Police Department has their IP, has their phone number. And that's going to be a part of locating who this individual is as well. That's going to be chief amongst my lawsuit. Because this is garbage, folks. This is garbage. You can't do this to people. All right. 2 more minutes, then I got to go. Is Alec still here? Can Alec take over? No, Zero. And in fact, I'm not even comfortable saying where I live anymore, so let's just say I live on the moon, okay? Oh, and Alec just gave me away. Yo, Alec, can you go live and relieve me of my duties so I can watch you and I can go do other stuff? Or do you have not have time to go live, or... At 6:30. Okay, folks. So I'm going to sign off. What I would like to happen is, you know, we all go back to Gramps. I'm just a little bit kind of exhausted. I've been sick all day. I was puking my guts out this morning. I think I hopefully have a 1-day bug. It could also be the flu. I hope it's not the flu because that becomes an ordeal, if that makes any sense. But a one-day bug, it's like you just puke it all out. Sorry to, you know, be crude, but you just kind of toilet it all out, you know, the other side. And I feel pretty good now. So hopefully it's a one-day thing. And, you know, we'll just resume later on and whatever it is. Thank you, Zero. Yeah. No, I'm at like 60% right now. I feel pretty good. Hell, I was good enough to live stream. I know when I never use thermometers. I don't like the idea of putting a glass-filled tube of mercury in my mouth. I just don't like the idea. But I know biologically when I have a fever, because you feel hot, but like your skin is cold, and you get the shakes even though you're burning up. I know I had a fever, but that's gone. That's definitely gone. So maybe I just have this like kick-ass immune system, and you know, we'll just see where it goes from this point out. So 10 more seconds, then we're gonna end, and Blackie Fitzpatrick is live at 6:30. So make sure you go to Alex Whittier live stream at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll see you guys all over there, and we'll have some fun. Yeah, by food you mean ramen. All I'm gonna have is some ramen. That'll be good on an empty stomach, despite the sodium. I probably need the sodium. I puked it all up. All right, guys.